This guy decides to get a chip installed in his brain, and it has people in the comments wondering why. Let's look at this video, and y'all pay attention to this guy, how he reacts, how he responds, his body language, and his facial expressions. Just pay attention.
Do you have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. Is it? I was able to do it, and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home and...
I practiced at home.
And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. So I could still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
So I'm curious about the device itself, you know, the actual, how long did it take you to get used to it?
It was a process, you know, it took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of me, in my head.
Can you show us?
Can you show me where? Right here. So the future is going to be amazing. We're going to be able to do so.
Here's my question. If this chip is going to be able to help people with spinal cord injuries, anxiety, depression, my question is, since you got the chip installed in your brain, do you have any of those things? What it seems to me is you don't have any of those things. So how do you know that getting that chip installed in your brain is going to help with those things? On top of that, his responses, nah. Y'all better pay attention, man. They showing you what they about to do. They showing you who they are. It's right here in front of our faces. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like and follow for more. This is
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone Real Well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Alright, this video will be entitled, It's June. Alright, it is June. Okay, June the 2nd, okay, 2026. Okay, the 6th month, okay, which 6, you know, it means the number, that number, it means the number of man. Okay, so I'll be entitled in this video, It's June, man takes Neuralink in forehead/brain. Okay, and you can literally see Revelation 13 and 16 is manifesting right in front of your face. This Drake man, as you see here, and they said deceive, okay, in his brain, he take it, he participate in the in that Neuralink, you know, brain technology, what Elon Musk does be pushing. Okay, you know, this man has fallen for the lying wonders. Okay, the false power and false knowledge. Okay, an imitation of the true and divine power. All right, you know, so you know, really all what we've been saying, the apostles on down, okay, have been correct, accurate, and on point, because we have the spirit of prophecy. It can't be that. Okay, you know, Nate will say, you know, it's June, ain't no microchip. Well, you know, we in the month June this year, and it have this beast system is pushed now, which includes the C-hip, that's the mark of the beast, the MOTB, the Karakma, as you see this man have. Okay, you know, so now he's interconnected with this, falling for this lying wonders, this pseudo, okay, the pseudoscience, this false knowledge, okay, counterfeit power, you know, is man-made, is not of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. And basically, if you see this guy movements, his eyes, okay, his facial expressions, okay, he not even looking like a normal Jake in the Woo, you know, very robotic and you know, automatic, or you know, like a robot basically. And it's because why you can see he's a cyborg, like, you know, in Justice League. Okay, a flicking cyborg on his cheek, you know. And this is what it is. They want this to put in the saints. The saints is the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, who in the Western parts of the world, mainly America. Alright? And you know, this is what they're coming with now. Revelation 13. Alright, like from 15 to 16, you know, to 17. Okay, is manifesting, coming to pass. Okay? So, you know, basically this guy come profane with these profane miracles, knowledge, you know, interconnected with AI. Okay? You know, by means of deception. Okay? Ultimately to destruction, because he is destroyed. He only way to destruction. There's nothing good with this. You know, it have serious. Esau is going to control all you jakes who take this. Okay, so let's just get this. This is 2 Thessalonians 2. Salakia. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9. Alright, let me just highlight that. Okay, it says, even him, okay, whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. This man, as the NLT says, counterfeit power. Counterfeit, meaning, you know, fake, artificial. Okay, not from the divine source, you know. Okay, but, you know, man-made, terrestrial. Okay, and, you know, you're giving up that connection with the creator who created you. You know, this JK, you know, he's not a creature from the Lord anymore. Okay, you know, he's you know, connected with Esau Edom. Okay, with that life, you know, of the image of the beast. Okay, which I'll be going into, all right, in this video here. But this is what it is. The him there's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, starting with these elites. Okay, they come in to do the working of Satan. You know, it's heavy enchantment, heavy sorceries, you know, with physical, you know, so-called physical power, right? Okay, which you're trying to imitate, you know, simulate, you know, the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is what it is. Okay, alright, and this is what it is. If you read from verse 4, talking about, you know, this man is sitting in the seat of the Most High. Okay, which the seat of the Most High, the temple of the Most High, is your body. Okay, it's the Lord's inheritance, Israel. Alright, when you go in that word temple, is naos. Okay, the Greek word naos, which basically consisting of the saints of all ages, Israel. Okay, and this is where he's sitting, literally at his brain, at his temple. Alright, okay, you know, compliant and, you know, basically worshiping the beast. Okay, and, you know, this is real deception, real, you know, lying wonders. Okay, enchantments. You know, what's coming on the earth. This man is coming down with great wrath. Okay, alright, so this is what it is here. Okay, so let's go in that word lying. Okay, and you're gonna see there is the word pseudos, basically like pseudoscience, that they take out the word. Basically it's the same word, just without the s, but, you know, pseudos. Okay,
Strong's G 5579. Pseudos. Pseudos.
pseudos. Alright, it says a lie, conscious and intentional falsehood. Intentional falsehood is not for your benefit and not gonna heal you. Okay, it's so-called, you know, power, you know, as Elon said, and I did a video, you know, Messiah level miracles. Okay, that's what it is here. They're trying to imitate the power, what is written in the scriptures. Okay, it's intentional, it's for their, you know, control. Okay, this man have a God complex. You know, his heart is in the heavens. You know, his mind is lifted up. Okay, and he wanna take over the world. Okay, you Jake, but the the elect is not going to be deceived. Okay, in a broad sense. This is in a broad sense. You have this guy in a showroom, I don't know, with Neuralink, basically saying this is good, this will benefit you, will help you, direct you, guide you. It's an imitation of like the Holy Spirit, the Rakah Kodash. Okay, it says whatever is not what it seems to be. This is not what it seems to be. It's false, and it's gonna lead you to your destruction. Okay, a lot is gonna be destroyed. A perverse, impious, deceitful precepts, deceitful knowledge, deceitful understanding. This is what it is. And lots of people are gonna be deceived. Jake and a whole gonna be deceived and take this. Okay. So if this not the MOTB, well, I don't know what is. Okay, we're seeing it clear as day. All right. All the false prophets are gonna be confounded. Okay, put to shame. All right. So this is gonna lead you to destruction. All right. I want to look up that word pseudos. Pseudos. Let's see. Please slack here, bear with me here. Just now. Slack here. Bear with me here. Okay, right there. Alright. Pseudo means fake, false, or pretended, derived from the Greek word pseudos. It describes something that claims to be, claiming to be helpful, claiming to have power, claiming to have knowledge, to help you in your life, but really it's fake. It's falsehood. Resembles the genuine article, but it's not. It resembles the genuine article. Okay, but it's not. Okay, that's what it is. Great deception. Okay, an imitation as a prefix attached to other words to describe an imitation or counterfeit version. Okay, it's feigned. Alright, let's look up that. Feigned. Feigned. Meaning. Alright, feigned means to pretend, faked, or insincere. It describes when something put on a false appearance, acting or speaking in a way that suggests they are experiencing an emotion, condition, or thought that they do not actually possess. You see that? Okay? This is what it is here. Because, Esau's going to be controlling your mind. He's going to be in your head. Okay? And this is going to lead you to destruction. This is not going to benefit you. It's for them benefit. And, ultimately, it's to destruction. Okay? So, this is Revelation chapter 14. And I'll read verse 9. Alright? Okay, doom for worshippers of the beast. Okay, because when you take that, you participate, you're part in it, you're part in the brain, of the God complex. Okay? Basically, you break your trust, your connection with your Basham Yahushai. This is Revelation 14 verse 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive him his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of power, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, his righteous judgment. And this is what Yahushua is coming back to, redeem his elect and bring down the reign of the wicked. Okay? But if you partake in this, you're gonna partake in the destruction, alright, to come. It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Alright, verse 11, it says, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night. Who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay, so Jake, like these, they're gonna be destroyed. All right, so you're not gonna have no rest day or night. Okay, the effects are really gonna work when it's, and this is what it is. This is what the world is moving to. Okay, merging humans with AI in the CEO Valley Silicon, I believe, a company, a tech company. They say if you partake in this, you will not survive the coming merging. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. All right, and this is what it is here. So you're gonna get thoughts in your head, well, not your thoughts. All right, you're gonna be controlled. Okay, so let's get something else here. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and verse 15. So you won't be the Lord's creation anymore. Okay, you'll worship the creature, which is Esau Edom, the basest of men. Alright, this is 2 Corinthians 6 verse 15. It says, and what concord hath a Mashiach with Belial, or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? Okay, when you go in, the word is basically not faithful, unfaithful. Okay, and this gonna be those who participate in this beast system, who are deceived into believing that this gonna grant you superpowers, like biblical powers, in scriptures, but really is artificial, it's counterfeit, it's evil. It's all gonna lead you to is destruction. Alright, verse 16 it says, and what agreement hath the temple of power with idols? What agreement? No agreement. And this is the idol what they're gonna be putting in your forehead and in your hand. Okay, and this is why also they want to they come in with heavy deception. They want to make this real. That's why they're trying to give this life. They're giving the life onto this image. Okay, basically being this AI, being the brain for this system, controlling, telling you what to do. Okay, where you are, have all your your private information, all this, okay, and they want to make this believing helpful. Okay, for ye are the temple of the living power, and as power hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. The Lord have that connection, that covenant what he made with his people. And basically you're breaking that. You're going against the Levitical law. Not supposed to have no markings in your flesh. And that's what this this C-hip is. It have to go in your flesh, under your skin. It's an engraving, an etching, a scratch. Okay, the charagma put in by the Karaks. Okay, so this is what it is. Knowledge is being increased on the right hand and on the left. This is Daniel 12 and verse Daniel 12 Daniel 12 verse 4. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. In this time here, alright, many shall run to and fro. Okay, everybody running to and fro. Okay, as you see with AI, even with this word, this truth being pushed out, and this false knowledge, this deception, with advanced technology, advanced enchantments in this time, alright, is being pushed, and knowledge shall be increased on the right hand, on the left. Okay, with AI, which basically gonna be like this brain you know, of this system, okay, of this image. All right. Well, you know, it's gonna be an idol. This is what you will be worshiping if you take that MOTB. Okay. This is what it is here. All right. This is Revelation 13, and from verses 14, it says, "And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast." Okay, artificial power, counterfeit power, feigned power. Okay, you know, for pseudo power. All right, you know, it's false. Okay, you know, it's not what it seems. It's intentional for the God complex. You know, their pride. Okay, that's why they're pushing so hard to bring this online, and they're doing this mainly with AI. All right, it says, "To do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live." Verse 15, it says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast." Let's go into that word life. Okay, life.
Strong's G 4151. Pneuma.
All right. Okay. It says the third person of the, well, you know, not that wrong, but the Holy Spirit conternal with the Father and the Son. Okay, which is separate, but you know, they're not the same entity. But you know, this is what they imitating. Okay, they simulating. All right. When they go in the Strong's definition, it's telling you, it says a current, breath, blast, or breeze, by analogy or figuratively a spirit, a human, the rational soul, by implication, principle, mental disposition. Okay, see that in your mind. Or superhuman, an angel, demon, or divine power. And this is what it is here. This is what this AI is. Okay, really demons. Okay, but you know, so coming in the form of power. All right, you know, it's no heavy deception. This is what it is here. This is what giving life to the image of the beast, and what will cause you to bow down to it, you know, with a heavy deception of so-called benefits you will get from it. All right. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship of the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, you know, if you take that, you're not gonna participate, and also, you know, death is coming. You know, heavy persecution. That's what we know. We're gonna have martyrs in the faith. You know, what we in. Okay, but you see, this is the deception, or the falsehood. Okay, you know what they're giving you. All right. Verse 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Okay, you know, this guy, this Jake, he get in his forehead. Okay, it says the space between the eyes, the forehead. Okay, basically in your brain. Okay, you know, so you know, it's June, and you know, okay, the MOTB, the micro CAP, is being pushed, you know, in this month. Okay, this June. So Lord's willing, this video was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone Rule Well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, Wa Abad Babal, and Shalom.